Let's talk about an app you probably use all the time, but it's completely transformed. I mean, it's not just for getting from A to B anymore. We're diving into what's next for Apple Maps, and trust me, it's basically an intelligent guide for your entire life.
Seriously, you're gonna have to forget everything you think you know about Apple Maps. This thing has evolved. It's now this smart companion that's always a step ahead, figuring out what you need before you do and helping you see the world in some really cool new ways. So what's the secret sauce behind all this? It's something called on-device intelligence. And this is so key. Your iPhone learns your habits, your commute, your gym days, all that stuff, right there on the device itself. None of that personal data ever gets sent to Apple's servers. It's how you get all this amazing personalization without giving up an ounce of privacy. All right, so here's what we're going to cover. First, we'll look at how Maps is now your smart co-pilot. Then, we'll dive into the amazing new ways to explore in high def. After that, how it becomes your own personal atlas. We'll even see how to take it off-road for hiking. And finally, we'll talk about the privacy that makes it all possible.
Okay, first up, your intelligent co-pilot. This is where Maps stops being just an app you open and starts becoming this proactive assistant that just works in the background to make your life easier.
So, imagine this. You drive to work every weekday morning. Maps learns this. So now, before you even grab your keys, you get a notification on your phone that says, hey, there's a jam up ahead. You might want to leave a few minutes early. Or it's Tuesday evening and it just knows you usually head to the gym, so it suggests the route right on your lock screen. It's so smart. And remember, all this learning happens only on your phone. It's your business and nobody else.
Okay, so Maps can figure out where you're going, but what about actually seeing and understanding the world when you get there? Or even before? Well, that brings us to our next section, exploring in high definition. The visual upgrades here are just massive.
It all starts with the different views. First, you've got the standard Explore view. This is your go-to, your default map. It's super clear, high contrast, and just makes general navigation a breeze.
But then, the second you start driving, you'll want to be in driving view. The whole map changes to focus on what you need right then and there. Real-time traffic, any construction, road closures, you get the picture.
Of course, you still have the classic satellite view. This gives you that beautiful real-world imagery from above, but now with really important labels for streets and landmarks laid right on top.
And if you're in a city, transit view is, well, it's a total game changer. It doesn't just show you the subway lines, it literally points out where the station entrances are, so you're not wandering around a block trying to find the stairs down.
These top-down views are great, for sure. But what if you can actually be on the street, virtually, and see exactly what a place looks like before you even step out the door?
Well, you can. That's exactly what Look Around does. In a bunch of cities, you can just tap this little binoculars icon, and boom, you're in this incredibly smooth 360-degree view at street level. It's amazing for scouting out a restaurant or, figuring out where the parking garage actually is.
Okay, so you can explore the world in these incredible ways. But what about making the map yours? Let's talk about turning Maps into your very own personal atlas, a place to save all your favorite spots and memories.
The whole thing is built around the new Places library. This is your hub. You can pin your must-haves like home and work for one-tap directions. You can also create these things called guides. Think of them like mixtapes, but for places. You can make a guide for your favorite pizza spots in Brooklyn and share it with a friend. And with visited places, Maps privately keeps track of where you've been, so you can finally remember the name of that awesome cafe you stumbled upon last month.
All right, let's get off the pavement for a minute, because Maps isn't just for cars and city streets anymore. It has become this incredibly powerful tool for adventurers, for hikers, for anyone who wants to go beyond the road.
And planning your own hike is unbelievably easy. You just go into your library, hit Create Route, and literally just start tapping on the map to draw out your path. And here's the coolest part. As you're building the route, it shows you the elevation changes, so you know exactly what kind of climb you're getting yourself into.
And hey, if you don't feel like planning your own adventure from scratch, no worries at all. There are literally thousands of pre-made hiking trails ready to go, especially in the US national parks. You can just browse them and find the perfect one for you.
But here it is. Here's the most important feature for any adventurer, right? What happens when you lose your signal? Well, all of this, it all works completely offline. You can download an entire park, an entire route to your phone or your watch. You get full navigation, turn by turn, even when you are totally off the grid. It's a game changer. Finally, let's talk about the bedrock that all these incredible features are built on: privacy. And with Apple Maps, privacy isn't just some setting you toggle on, it's baked into the very core of the entire system. So how does it actually work?
Well, first off, you don't even need to sign in to use most of it. And when you do search or navigate, your activity is linked to a random code, not your Apple ID. Think of it like a temporary name tag that gets shredded every few minutes. And even when you are signed in to sync your favorite places, all that data is end-to-end encrypted. That's a fancy way of saying it's scrambled, and nobody, not even Apple, has the key to read it.
Okay, before we finish, here are a few quick pro tips to get you started. To download a map for offline use, just tap your profile icon. To share your ETA with someone, just swipe up while you're navigating. Need to add a quick coffee stop? Just ask Siri while you're driving. Simple as that. And if the voice is too loud or quiet, you can change that in the main Settings app under Maps.
So, there you have it. Apple Maps is so much more than a map now. It's this intelligent, proactive, and deeply personal tool that helps you navigate and organize your world, all while fiercely protecting your privacy. Which really only leaves one question. Now that you have this smart, private atlas of your world in your pocket, where are you going to explore first?